to the Unsung Photographer.
Hey boys and girls, it's Bob Kearns, the Unsung Photographer. I'll explain that to you one of these days. But in the meantime, what I wanted to talk about today was mirrorless cameras. It seems that this week the Sony A7R II is being released, and there is a tremendous amount of buzz about it. I've seen at least one or two videos from significant photographer type YouTubers out there suggesting that you should throw away all of your equipment right in the trash. No, they suggest that you sell it and take that money and reinvest in a mirrorless system. At this particular time, preferably the Sony. There are certainly lots of other folks who are pushing the concept of the mirrorless camera, and that may indeed be the future. I mean, we may eventually go mirrorless. The idea of the mirror box has maybe seen its day. The problem is right now, mirrorless cameras really aren't anywhere near as mature as their mirrored counterparts. They don't perform as well. They don't have the image quality, at least not the smaller sensor ones like the Micro Four Thirds cameras. Don't have the image quality. Certainly the Sonys appear to have beautiful image quality. But the big selling point for mirrorless cameras is the fact that they're a lot lighter than your mirror box ones and smaller. Well, the bodies on the Sonys are indeed thinner and they are lighter. But when you put full frame glass on a full frame sensor, it weighs just as much as it always did. Just to make my point here, here's a picture of my GH4 with a beautiful Nikon 70-200 on it, with a doubler, and the little tiny GH4 body hanging off the back. Believe me, lifting this sucker up is just as heavy now as it ever was. It didn't get very much lighter at all. The body on the end of it doesn't really seem to make all that much difference. I'm sure there are a few ounces, but nothing really significant, I don't think. The one plus to the GH4 that I find that is really, really cool is this little sucker right here. This is a lens I bought on sale, brand new, with a $100 rebate. So brand new, I think the thing cost me like, I don't know, 220 bucks, 230 bucks. And it is simply awesome. And if we put that on the little camera, I can show you. If we put that on the little camera, it's really teeny. Look at, compared to the size of my hand, it's very small. And that's lovely for family snapshots or stuff that you want to put on the web, or maybe small prints like 4x6s or something. But anything much bigger than that, and the image quality just isn't quite there yet. However, for video, and I'm sure you've heard this, you can't beat the Panasonic Lumix GH4. The thing is awesome. It's beautiful. The 4K footage is stunning. If we weren't talking about this today, and I wanted to be able to show it to you, then we would certainly be shooting with this camera and not the webcam and the GoPro. So back to the idea of mirrorless cameras. Sony and other folks seem to believe that there is some necessity for you to go jump on this bandwagon right away. You need to go and take all that lovely glass, like that beautiful 70-200 I have there, get it down to the pawn shop or the camera store, or get it on Craigslist as soon as humanly possible, sell it at whatever loss you need to turn around and rebuy the same glass or something similar from Sony, because they don't have a mirror box and they have a flippy screen. Well, the Nikon D750 has a flippy screen. It's pretty nice, but it does have a mirror box. It also has the Wi-Fi. It's old guy speak. And other features that Sony seems to think are totally gone. The other thing I hear from a lot of the mirrorless folks is that Nikon and Canon aren't innovating. Well, what about the Nikon V1 system? I mean, that's certainly innovative. It's a sensor a little smaller than the Micro Four Thirds. I think they call it a CX. But it has all those features that you have been looking for in a small camera from Nikon. And they get accused of not innovating. I find that very difficult. I often hear that. And that system never gets mentioned in the conversation. I don't know why. Canon also had a smaller camera body out, a little square one. I don't follow Canon so much, so I couldn't tell you what that was. But apparently that's gotten quite ignored as well. So the competition is on. That's a good thing. Sooner or later, we will probably all have mirrorless cameras as mirror boxes go away. But for right now, not yet. A year and a half, 2 years maybe. That's when you're going to want to look and see maybe it's time to go. But right now, no. If you've got good glass, if you've got a camera that's working for you and doing the job you need it to do, then no. You don't need to run down to the store, sell all your gear, and buy a mirrorless camera. It's just utter nonsense. So sit tight, relax, enjoy what you have. You've probably got gear that's good enough for what you needed to do, and watch the story go by. Like I said, a year and a half or so, and then we'll check back. So thanks for listening to my little informative rant today, and take care and enjoy your day. Thanks.